I'm in Element here, right in the heart of the Chewett Hills, and that's where I've done most of my fencing work. I've never had the luxury of fencing on nice easy parkland down in low-lying areas, and I've always worked on my own. The post driver shown here is a machine that I use for development work. It's quite an old model, but any ideas I try out on this before putting them into production models. I'm showing you this machine operating on hill ground just to try and give you a background as to where my thoughts lie. And if you can get machines to operate well on conditions like this, they will obviously excel in easier conditions. You may see the post driver swing a little bit from side to side at times. Now we have the check chains on the crawler here set slack, and the reason for this is that when you make turns with a crawler on stony ground, or if there's perhaps just stones below the surface, when the tracks go over them, you can get very abrupt changes of direction, and by having the check chain slack, it takes the abruptness of the change away from the post driver. On a rubber tyred machine, you would normally have the check chains tight because the rubber tyres are forgiving, and sort of take out any, or cushion the effect of rough ground and changes in direction. This is a great old machine, this, if you're working in peat bogs, not just because of the width of the tracks, it's also very light, and the blade's handy for dozing peat hags. I'm just checking the angle of the hole that I'm punching here for this turning post. We've got a powerful extractor ram, 80mm diameter. It's important to ensure that the post is in the middle of the cap so that you get full impact of the hammer. Again, it's a bit like the post I drove in the field and what you saw previously. This is again hard, and without the rock spike it would have been a lot longer job. And of course, if it takes longer to put in a post, it's more wear and tear on the post driver, as well as you losing time on the job. That is hard. And again, it demonstrates my liking for big hammers, because without them in these conditions you'd be really struggling. You can see the rock spike on the mast here, and that is where it remains for the duration of the job. I hope you understand the great asset that this rock spike transfer system is to the machine, the longevity of the machine. When it's not in use, you can store it next to the counterbalance, and that takes all the weight off the mast, saves the main kingpin and the side shift slides. But in a job like this, you know, where you need it, it's on the mast and ready for the next hole. These hills are typical of where I've worked all my life. This illustrates beautifully the rock spike transfer system and helps to keep the machine more balanced and save the life of the mast. You can see the rock spike next to the counterbalance. It's by working in ground like this that you get a true feeling of what's required to manufacture a machine. It'll help you get increased output and more profit in the job.